And since Chris Sims is in Cleveland getting ready to go to Browns practice, an issue that came up as it relates to comments from Coach Freddie Kitchens on Monday about unnamed sources and leaks of information, and if I find out anybody on the coaching staff did that, they'll be fired. You know, Chris, and this is a point that I've made in separate contexts, but let's be real about this. A year ago at this time, were we thinking of Freddie Kitchens as a potential head coach for any NFL team? Would he have been on the list of any guys that should be or could be getting interviews for head coaching jobs? No. He got into the right place at the right time with Hugh Jackson fired and Todd Haley, the offensive coordinator, also fired. Kitchens became the offensive coordinator, did a great job, and parlayed that into the head coaching job. But is he really ready? You know, we've seen so many guys who it's almost like they're groomed to be head coaches. Freddie Kitchens has kind of been thrust into it. I think it's fair to ask whether or not he's capable and ready to take a team that has ridiculously high expectations and get the most out of them.
Well, I mean, I guess, yes, it's fair to ask, but I'm certainly, I'm not like, what do I want to say, discouraged by these comments that he made. That's not going to make me feel any different. I think you and I maybe differ on this just a little bit. Freddie Kitchens, we talked about it a little in the show. He comes from that Bruce Arians school of coaching. I mean, yeah, what's in his head, he's going to say it. And he let it be known. He was frustrated, I think, with the Bob Wiley comments. And he's trying, as we talk about a lot, to change a culture that has been crappy for a long, long time. I mean, crappy is nice, really. And, it seems like a lot of guys are allowed to get away with a lot of things, whether it was the Hugh Jackson era or the years before that in Cleveland. And he's just trying to set a precedence that it's not going to be that way, and he doesn't want to hear any more of this crap or leaks or anything like that. Now, going about it and saying in the media, I don't know. Is that the best way? I don't know. That, certainly up for debate there, but I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, it gave me pause and it gave me concern, and it underscored these worries that how is he going to respond when adversity strikes? How is he going to pull that locker room together? Can that locker room get broken apart? Will he be too deferential to Baker Mayfield? It's perceived in some circles that it was Mayfield's lobbying privately that helped Freddie Kitchens get the job. At a minimum, the relationship between Kitchens and Mayfield that helped Kitchens get the job. And, how do you rein in Baker Mayfield? Do you let him potentially become bigger than the team? Is he a guy that can be trusted with that mantle? There's just a lot of questions here. And the ultimate question is, how will this team deal with losses? Because they aren't going to go 16-0. And if they stumble out of the gates and the folks in Cleveland think the sky is falling, can Freddie Kitchens be the guy to stabilize it when things aren't going the way you want? That's what we don't know the answer to, because he's never had to do that. And we've seen many coaches who, when they step into that bigger job, Chris, they just don't have the ability to sell it the way they need to.
Well, yes, you're right. But I think he's got charisma. I think he's a real football coach. There's no nonsense, no BS. I think that's why guys like Baker Mayfield like him. And if Baker Mayfield likes him, I can guarantee you that a whole bunch of other guys on the team like him as well, as far as the way he presents himself in front of the team and players and everything like that. And yeah, we don't have much to go from right now. We don't know. But we do know that he took over last year as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, and they became a lot better instantly. I mean, he changed the way they approach the offensive style of football. It was much more successful that way, and they won football games. So, for his first test, or he's had 2 tests, right? Handling the offseason and these personalities he's got on the team. So far, that's been pretty good. I know you see a little crack in the armor with these comments, but the other thing is, what he did at the end of the last year was really his first test, and he took over in a crappy situation, not always easy, and he turned the team around and the vibe of the team totally around. And I think we got to give him credit for that, and I think because of that, he was deserving of being a head coach here in Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree with that. We just need to see what happens when that adversity strikes, if the Browns don't live up to what we all expect them to do. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's been trying to reel those expectations in, so it isn't crippling if they end up 2-4 or 3-5 or something that would have been regarded as not bad in past years for the Browns, but very bad this year.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.